Guys, what's going on? Happy Friday. Now, I need you guys to let me know if you can hear me okay, because I'm trying a new setup. And I just want to make sure that I set it up properly. Very professional, as always. But I just want to make sure that y'all can hear me and there are no issues with that. Because if there is an issue right now, I can probably guarantee that I won't be able to solve it within a reasonable time period. So we'll probably have to end this right away, most likely. So sound off if you can hear me okay. And I'm going to open up some coffee because I went for a jog this morning. Oh, good. Charles can hear me. Perfect. That's always good. Hey, Jeffrey Patron and Brandon's in the chat. Yeah, so I woke up this morning and I was in considerable pain, given that I drank. I'm always in pain Friday mornings because, oh, perfect. Mitch Weddle, how are you, sir? Are you working? Who's off today? Answer me that while I quickly kind of recap the last 20 hours or so. Yeah, so drank a little bit too much shitty Canadian whiskey last night, as is the usual on Thursday nights after a dark stream, and woke up this morning, pounding headache. I usually don't get hangovers, but whenever I have shitty whiskey, I always end up having a hangover. I should stay away from it, but that's like the whole point of the After Dark, is just to see me suffer. So yeah, so woke up and I was like, okay, let's take care of things first. Things first. I made a bunch of rice and a couple of soft-boiled eggs. So I loaded up on that in the morning. Then I went for a nice jog. I visited some family, saw my grandmother. So jogged about 45 minutes to an hour or so, and then took a little bit of a breather, had a bottle of water, jogged back, quickly took a shower. Now I'm sitting down here and opening up some good old store-bought Canadian Tim Hortons iced coffee double-double. If you don't know what a double-double is, it's double cream, double sugar, and coffee. So Mitch Weddle is working. Peter White's working. Welcome in, Peter. And Charles is technically working, so I assume what you're doing right now, we shouldn't be telling your employer. And I don't, yeah, Charles, no Schweppes, Jason, welcome in. No, I typically don't drink coffee. I'm more of an espresso drinker, and I rarely even have espressos anymore. The only time I would ever really have an espresso is because it was very convenient for me to get a good one. So like when I was working downtown, there would always be really good espresso places, obviously in downtown core of Toronto. So it was very easy for me while I was working at Brooks Brothers to go grab an espresso with a client or whatnot. So it was easy. Now, then I started working up north in Newmarket, and there's no good espresso places because no one can make a good espresso up in country. So I pretty much kind of gave up on that, and I rarely ever drink coffee. But I really needed one after that run. So let's go quickly catch up with everybody. Good afternoon, Donald. What's going on? Brandon, oh shit. Bad thunderstorms and tornado warnings currently. That's garbage. Stay safe, buddy. Ryan's joining us from Facebook. Look at this grizzly mofo. Yeah, brother. It's not tamed. It's washed and just kind of dried. I didn't put any product in. Actually, I'm out of product. So like there's a lot of nonsense here. Let's try something. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. It's like the reverse Einstein. And I have enough I'm starting to get a lot of gray hair in my beard too. So this is just a matter of time before I just completely just go like salt and pepper in the beard and just go like ridiculous hair like styles. So So yeah, happy Friday once again. Thanks for joining in. Ian just came here to share his like of the beer. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it. Cheers, brother. So yeah, the weather in Toronto today was absolutely beautiful. I think it probably got up to about 20, low 20s. So I think that's about mid 60s or so, if I'm not mistaken, in freedom units. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky, beautiful. I got a little toasty. I don't know if you guys can tell. I got a little too much sun. Forgot to put sunscreen on because I'm smart. But absolutely beautiful day. It's supposed to be really nice tomorrow as well. So minus Brandon, who has unfavorable weather conditions currently. What's the weather like where everyone else is? Charles, am I too young to have all this gray hair? Like I'm 31, and a good friend of mine is 32. He has even more than me. Although it is a little bit hereditary because my mother's father had a lot of white hair. He apparently was completely white by the time he was my age. So it could be a little bit of hereditary. It's definitely a lot of stress that I've had, not just like recently. Thankfully, I've had my stress under control. I don't let things bother me as much. But in my mid 20s, I was stressing out constantly. So it was a little bit of hereditary, a little bit of just self-induced stress. So it'll be fine. And I'm fine having this much gray hair. The thing I'm not fine with is this little bit of balding action happening up there. Not happy with that. But I can deal with gray hair. I'm a little bit upset about this. Mildly upset. So Ryan's in Texas, in Austin. It's 95 degrees there. That's beautiful. I love that. Feels like 104. Delicious humidity. Donald's in Toronto, so he's got the same weather as me. Jason, severe thunderstorms this morning, and it's been in the high 70s, low 80s the rest of the day. Beautiful. Besides the thunderstorms, great temperature in my opinion. Obviously, I am an outlier with all the hotter temperatures in the once you start pushing that 70, 75, 80 mark. For Ryan, 95. That's like I love that. I love that hot, humid weather. So, Peter got gray hair in his 40s and then no hair in his 50s. Well, the thing with no hair is, thankfully, I haven't seen very many people that are bald that don't have nicely shaped heads. So that's a plus for I think a good majority of people. Steve, welcome in, Steve. His beard is gray as fuck. I love it. Yeah, I'm excited for when the grays really start kind of like blossoming in this mess of a beard I got going on. There's a fair amount, but it's still hard to see. You can probably grab a couple of stragglers right there. All right. But yeah, look at all that gray up here. All right, enough with the hair talk. The hair talk has taken over. I'm gonna drop in the link for the StreamYard, and like always, y'all are more than welcome to click that StreamYard link on mobile, on your computer. It takes you to a website, doesn't no applications or anything. You put in a name that you want to display and then hit enter, and then I'll add you in and we can have a nice conversation. And, just kind of chill out. It's a nice day, a nice Friday, nice day to recover from last night's affairs. So, this cast strength brought to you by Rogaine. I'm just whoring out this channel to everybody. Weetabix, Monkey Shoulder, Rogaine. There was another one that we were talking about earlier in the week that I can't recall. someone will remember for me, just because my memory is not good and all yours memories are really good. So, but yeah, so let's, while I wait for anybody to kind of pop in here, does anybody watch the NFL? And if you do watch the NFL, sound off on the team that you would typically root for. I'll start. I am a huge NFL fan, and if you guys watched the stream last night, you saw me whip out my terrible towel. I am a Steelers fan, and before anybody even suggests that I'm a bandwagoner, I became a Steelers fan. Well, I became more sports focused the night that the Steelers lost to Green Bay in the Super Bowl. I didn't really know much of anything about football, just that the Super Bowl was a thing that everyone does. Everyone watches, and when you watch the Super Bowl, you have an obscene amount of food. So in my early 20s, me and my friends only two of my friends actually watched football at the time. So it was like two of them and like 8 other people that didn't watch football. We were all there for the food. So again, not big on sports. Didn't know a thing about football. But one of my buddies, Adam, is a huge Steelers fan, and everyone but him was rooting for Green Bay to win. And Green Bay won, surprise, surprise, and my buddy was down in the dumps. So I walked over to him, sat down on the couch, and was like, buddy, you can't be the only one feeling like this. I'm going to be a Steelers fan with you and help you out. Little do I know that they're one of the greatest franchise for sustained success. 6 Super Bowls, just an example of class in of an organization. So I lucked into it unknowingly. So that is my origin story for being a Steelers fan. I was not a bandwagoner. I didn't kind of go like, oh, they have 6 Super Bowls, I'm gonna watch the Steelers. They lost the Super Bowl. I knew nothing, and now here I am. Really upset that not upset. I'm happy that the states are still kind of, taking increasingly extensive precautions for big gatherings like that, where there's going to be tens of thousands of people. But this will be the first year in 5 or 6 years that I haven't gone to Pittsburgh for a game. So that's going to be a little sad, but make do. So let's see. Charles has been a Cowboys fan his whole life. I want to ban you now. Okay, so let's talk about the Cowboys really quickly. Dak Prescott is an absolute moron who does not deserve $45 million a year. He is a bum, and he does not deserve any kind of money. He hasn't proven anything that he's worth that much money. Just absolutely insane. Just absolutely insane. That's if any team pays him that contract, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just give up on humanity, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. Donald runs football. They kick the ball 10% of the time. Get out of here, Donald. Peter's born in Nova Scotia, so fans of the Patriots. It's fine. I'll deal. Donald, Dan's description of hand to egg sounds more apt. Everyone's gonna team up with Dan now on this. Peter likes the NCAA football more anyway. College football is a bit more exciting, but at the same time, a little bit like you're watching it and you're just like, man, these teams are shredding defenses. Oh, sorry, Jason.
Watching it and you're just like,
how's it going?
Well, why can't I hear you?
Can you not?
See, I knew this was going to be a problem doing a new setup. But yeah, so as I try to troubleshoot why there's no sound coming out of Jason, as he dropped out, but he will hopefully be back. Yeah, so college football, I really enjoy, but you've watched some of the more proficient offenses shred these ramshackle together defenses, and you're just like, this, it's not fair that it's like 45 to like 3 because it's just so lopsided. There's no sort of parity. So let's see if we can get Jason some sound. Hello?
How's it going? Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
Perfect.
I can hear you now. Just making sure. Ooh, nice, easy drinker. Very nice. So let's. I want everyone to sound off if there's any echoing happening, just because my mic is right next to the speakers. So just want to make sure that we're still good. So I figured. So I don't want to explain this disgusting setup I have here, but we're just gonna. Okay, good. We're no echoing, so we're good. Yeah, so college football is exciting, but I'll watch some of the bowls, but I typically won't watch like normal games every weekend.
See, I'm in Oklahoma. We're duty bound to watch college football.
Yep. The only reason I ever knew about the Oklahoma Sooners was from wrestling and Jim Ross being a huge Sooners fan. And he'd walk out to the football march, and he'd always talk like wearing like either a Sooners polo or talking about them, and it was always
Dr. Death. You remember him, Jim Duggan?
No, I think that was before my time, Jason.
Or no, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Dr. Death was a prior football player from OU. Hacksaw, I thought he had OU ties, but I could be wrong.
I don't recall. I know the Hacksaw Jim. But yeah. So yeah. Do you normally go to a lot of Sooner games?
Oh God, no, I can't afford that.
Those
are like NFL tickets.
What do I know?
Yeah, it's crazy in Norman on game day.
Really?
You have to park miles out, walk in. Tickets are ridiculous.
But like, can you go and just kind of tailgate, or do they charge for tailgating as well?
No, I don't charge for tailgating. But
too many people.
I don't know. It's not really a thing at OU tailgating that I've noticed. Yeah,
huh. That's interesting. You'd almost think college.
Yeah, most of the people that don't go to the games end up going to bars to watch the game, or there's huge watch parties. Yeah, and Peter's right. Good luck getting a ticket.
And he was saying he suffered through 30 years of crappy New England teams. Well, prepare for another 30 years of crappy New England teams now that the Golden Boy's gone.
Yeah, now's the real chance to see, was it Brady or was it Belichick?
Yeah, I so want it to be New England and Tampa in the Super Bowl, and just Belichick just wreck Brady. Nobody knows Brady better than Belichick. Belichick will dissect that man like he was a little toad.
That being said, I love Brady and Gronk together.
Brady and
Gronk.
Oh, Gronk's gonna take one tackle and be laying on the floor like concussed again.
I don't think so, man. I don't think he was as hurt as everybody thought. I think he just didn't like Bill, which is kind of more evident with him coming back now that Tom's not playing for Bill.
Yeah, but you saw like as like in the last like 2 years, he started to slow down a lot. He wasn't utilized as much downfield. You know, he was always dealing with some sort of injury. He's a cyborg. He's got more plates in him than anybody.
Yeah, he was a nut job too.
Yeah, and the CTE is a real thing, right? So he took a lot of nasty hits.
Hey, but both of those teams will be better than my favorite team ever, which is the Washington Redskins.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, mine's more of when I was a kid, my local team was the Redskins, so I started liking the Washington Redskins.
Mm.
My dad was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Oh, a man of class and culture. I like
Yeah. It broke his heart that I didn't like him.
You know what? At least he didn't like Baltimore or Dallas. I'm sure
Baltimore wasn't around
Huh?
when I was a kid. Baltimore wasn't around when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, they were still in Cleveland, weren't they?
Aren't they in expansion?
No, Baltimore. So it was the Cleveland Browns, and then the owner took them to Baltimore, and it became Baltimore Ravens. Left Cleveland without a team, and then in the early '90s, I believe, the Cleveland Browns came back. So,
No, the club was established in 1996. Oh yeah, he was the owner of the Cleveland Browns. Announced plans to relocate the franchise from Cleveland to Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so it would have been the Raiders or Dallas that he probably would have been not okay with liking. Yeah.
I've never liked Dallas. I mean, maybe for like a minute in the 70s, there was was it Northdown and 40, a Dallas Cowboys movie?
Before my time, bro.
Yeah. I was a little kid.
But yeah, the Big Ben is done, so the Steelers will blow for a while. That's not accurate yet. We need to see Ben play a game because Ben still has an arm. Now, if they properly and he rehabbed his arm right after what was it? I forget the name of the injury. But
Ben's also like almost 40, isn't he?
Ben, I believe, is turning 38 this year.
Yeah, he's so old for a pro player.
Well, everyone's playing fairly late now, right? Brady's 44.
Yeah, but Brady's a specimen of how you exactly take care of yourself 100%.
Yeah, but then you have Drew Brees. He's 41, I think. Peter, Ben led the league in yards 2 years ago. He doesn't suck. Don't exaggerate.
I'm still upset Peyton retired.
Yeah. Well,
but man, I will say he is flipping hilarious off the field.
I love Peyton Manning so much. Yeah. He's so funny. And you didn't really realize that until like did you watch the roast of Rob Lowe where Peyton Manning was on the panel of roasters?
No.
Oh, you have to take a look at that. You Google
I
it.
Will.
Google Peyton Manning roast Rob Lowe. He was probably one of the funnier people on that roast panel. And you're watching going like, where did this come from? And apparently he wrote the majority of the jokes.
But dude, there was some commercial he was on where he put on a fake mustache and he was trying to sell a cable station or something like that.
All the commercials are great.
Oh, the NFL package or something like that. And he goes, or you could watch your favorite team with Peyton Manning. You may know him. 6'4", laser-like arm.
Yeah, and I was when the year that they won the Super Bowl, when he won the Super Bowl with Denver, me and my friend went to Pittsburgh for that game. We bought the tickets months in advance. We're like, we're gonna go watch Peyton Manning because we were both big fans of Peyton Manning. But we're gonna go watch Peyton Manning play live, possibly for the last time. 2 weeks before, doesn't he get injured? And we're watching Brock Osweiler just get throttled by Pittsburgh that week. And we were like, okay, we got the win, but I would have loved to have seen Peyton Manning play live. I got the chance to see Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Brady play. What are you shaking your head with Aaron Rodgers?
I cannot stand that man. He is such a jerk.
He is a bit of a dick, but you can't deny his talent.
I don't think he's as talented as everybody thinks he is.
I think honestly he's been plagued because here's one thing that no one really kind of talks about when talking about like quarterbacks. if you go back the last 25 years or so, the only quarterback that has won a Super Bowl where he's not on a rookie contract or making more than 25 million a year was Tom Brady. Every other quarterback either won the Super Bowl.
Was Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Tom Brady, not Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl, I believe, on his first contract, which was, I think, still south of 25 million at that time. Before like the 25, 30, 35 million contracts started coming out the last couple of years. But yeah, so like once he won the Super Bowl and got paid on his next one, essentially you see teams start to be depleted from the reserves because they're paying so much upfront for your star quarterback, your star receiver, your running back. All the money is going to there. So all your surplus value where you get a lot of good defensive players go away. So it's one of those things that was brought up to my attention a couple of months ago. And I was like, oh, that makes complete sense, that there's not enough money to go around. So you're kind of thinned out in a lot of positions for like real, like solid talent. So
I love Charles's statement. Easiest way to make Rodgers lose is have Favre walk into the stadium.
Yeah, I think there's something like he's only every time Favre is in the building. I think Rodgers only won once out of like 5 or 6 times that Favre's been in the building.
Yeah, Favre was just such a personality plus a good quarterback. It's very hard to follow that. And then when you follow it and you only win one, even though you've had some of the better teams.
Yeah.
Then
I never got
off the field.
I never got to watch Favre live, but they had that 30 for 30 on them. Not 30 for 30, sorry, my football life that they do on NFL Network. And kind of watching it. Same thing how like the Chicago Bulls documentary is allowing me to kind of see how good Michael Jordan was when you watch those and you're looking at even like the Jim Kelly football life. It was like where he led
Jim Kelly was amazing.
And you're just like, what? Like, where are these quarterbacks anymore? Like, Favre was just unreal. And I would probably, if Patrick Mahomes has like another year like he did last year, like there was a couple times where it's like, oh, that's kind of like Favre, where it's just like he's throwing on the run, a little bit of sidearm action, like just chucking it with no body control, just like he'd jump and throw it like 6 yards downfield.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, just a regular Topo Chico. It's my favorite.
We can't get that stuff up here.
Oh, it's so good.
Surprise, surprise. Someone's on the stream and I can't get what they're drinking.
It's not even whiskey.
Rodgers was better than Favre, in my opinion. Peter, man, I got a question, man. Brady's better than Rodgers. Rodgers better than Favre. Ben stinks. Breeze was 5 times better. I feel like you're exaggerating a little bit.
I think Breeze is better than Rodgers for sure.
I think Breeze is, yeah.
I think Breeze will go down as one of the most underrated quarterbacks of this generation.
100%. He was completely overshadowed by Manning and Brady. If they didn't exist, Breeze would have like cleaned out.
Well, I mean, he was even overshadowed by Big Ben and Aaron Rodgers a little bit. I mean, they've drawn more media attention than Breeze has. Breeze is just one of those that played his game and then didn't do anything else.
That's it. He was just focused in. You don't hear anything off season about him. He just shows up and does it.
Donald Rance coming in with the zinger.
Well, of course.
I got $5 that says Donald is drinking an Irish.
Our Irish consigliere. He might be working, or might not be. A couple of people are sort of working apparently.
Yeah, my company has they haven't shut down for the day, but everybody has shut down for the day.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta actually reach out and start prodding and poking to see what's going on with my job, because I'm starting to get a little bit antsy. I just need this all to be over so I can go back to work. I've never thought I'd actually say that. I think I need to go back to work, but 60. This is 60 day 6. Excuse me, day 66. So, oh my God, 66, 7, 8, 9. Monday is day 69 of quarantine for me.
Okay.
Tee-hee, motherfuckers, tee-hee.
It's going to be happy hour after dark.
It's gonna get a little rowdy for sure Monday. So,
and it looks like I just lost money to Donald. Drinking Yochi.
Oh, nice. That's very surprising. Actually, I would not have thought that he would be drinking anything other than Irish.
Gatorade, huh?
Yep. My favorite flavor, lemon lime.
I still miss the big orange cans of Gatorade you used to get as a kid.
I think you still
make it yourself.
Oh, you make it yourself? Oh,
yeah.
Yes. They still had those in the 90s. So like yeah.
That and the Gatorade gum.
That I don't recall.
Yeah, it was very tangy. Imagine concentrated Gatorade in a gum.
Delicious.
It would hit you right here.
Oh, wonderful. That's still a title of your sex tape. Almost missed it. Oh boy. Oh, Monday's gonna be fun. Episode 69. Sorry, day 69. Gotta get into a groove now. Sorry, get the innuendos going. Oh.
Pleasure.
Thank you. I think I might have the Rona. No, I'm joking. That's a bad joke. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think it's been long enough.
Yeah. It's not too soon anymore.
Oh man.
Peter saying his kids would laugh him out at the door if he mixed any drink from powder. Kids nowadays don't know how good they have it.
Yeah, they don't have, you never see Tang anymore. You don't see the powdered Gatorade. There used to be the Country Time lemonade powder that you'd get and mix up in the summer.
Fucking Country Time, yes.
Kool-Aid. Yeah. I don't hardly see any kids drinking Kool-Aid anymore, which is probably a good thing.
Sunny D's still a thing.
Yeah.
I enjoy Sunny D from time to time. I'll go over to the dollar store, grab a bottle for $1, and just have a nice shot of just straight fucking dirty sugar.
I had a friend that his mom used to mix Sunny D and heavy cream.
Sunny D and heavy cream?
Yeah. It tastes like an orange dreamsicle.
Holy shit.
Yep. Just get the Sunny D real cold, and we'd be outside messing around. I mean, we were 11 or 12. We'd come in, and she'd have ice cold Sunny D and pour in cold heavy cream into the top of it.
Huh.
So good.
That's intriguing. I might try and do that one.
So fattening. I mean, you're drinking sugar and fat.
Charles is saying to add some vodka.
Yep. You know what I've been wanting to get for the summer? Some limoncello.
You have to get a good limoncello.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, actually not surprisingly, Mark from Silver Fox Distillery actually made a dynamite limoncello that I was just like, wow, this actually tastes pretty close to stuff that I would have in Italy, that my family would make. But yeah, I'm not a fan of off the shelf limoncello. I haven't found one, I should say, that I've enjoyed.
Go ahead. I had a buddy in the Navy when I got out. He was a teetotaler, and he got stationed in Rota, Spain, and almost became an alcoholic because of limoncello.
I mean,
He was killing like a bottle a night.
if it's easy drinking,
Yeah.
and tasty, you're just gonna polish it off.
Oh, Charles, Kool-Aid and Bartles and James.
What's Bartles?
Bartles and James is a wine cooler.
Oh, Bartles and James wine cooler. Sorry, I thought Bartles
Yeah.
and James wine coolers. Okay, Bartles and James wine coolers.
Wine coolers, are those still a thing?
I think so.
That was the rage in the 80s.
I think they are. I know like the seltzers are big now, but I feel like wine coolers are probably still around, probably not as prominent. But I think
we should get iWhiskey She Wines to do a wine cooler episode.
I don't have any doubt that Sam would be down for that.
Bartles and James, and there was another one that was really popular. I can't remember what it was, but man, that was like the urban housewife drink of the 80s.
I was gonna say, it sounds so white. First time Charles got drunk was on wine coolers when he was 11. Oh my god!
I think the first time I got drunk was Budweiser. Like me and a buddy split a 12-pack. I think I was 13.
I think it was 12 or 13 as well, and it was at a I believe it was a baptism, and
of course it was.
And it was at
gets drunk at a baptism, hits on the wife or the bride at a bachelorette party.
Yeah, hey, don't knock my game. And my older cousin was drinking Crown and ginger ale, and that's why I still drink it to this day. That's my go-to hall drink, Crown Royal and ginger ale. But he was drinking it, and he kept on giving me sips of it, and then halfway through the night, he was just giving me full glasses of it. And he got a talking to from like my aunt and uncle and my parents. That night was I got really silly. I surprised he didn't throw up. So good on me for holding my alcohol that night. But yeah, it was that was an interesting event. Donald said first time he got drunk was thanks to copious amounts of Jameson and 12 Guinness. 12 Guinnesses. 12 Guinnesses? Or 12 Guinness?
12 Guinness is enough to make you pretty sloppy.
There was one St. Patrick's Day a couple years ago. We were obviously drinking Jameson and Guinness all day. But I am positive I had north of 10 pints of Guinness and at least five shots of Jameson. And I was still going.
I used to hang out at an Irish pub that was owned by people from Ireland in LA. And we would all go around and everybody would buy around, but we would be there from like 6 o'clock until 2 o'clock. And then we would help the manager clean the bar and stay in there and drink until like 4 or 5 in the morning, go eat breakfast and go to work. The things you can do when you're 20.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today on my run, and like I was just heaving and huffing. I'm just like I'm not like I'm thin and tiny, but I'm really out of shape. And I was just thinking like to myself, like as I was like kind of cooling down, I was like, oh my god, this would have been like nothing like 7 years ago, like when I was like early 20s, and now it's a struggle. And then, I should do this. I probably won't end up doing it because I'm lazy. But I got my my old computer to work, and it has all my video. Well, the majority of videos that I took of me and my group of friends when we were like 19, 20, 21, 22, and some of the like dumb things that we would be doing, saying, cooking, or whatever. I should like parse through it and like make like a video, just like not
young Vito montage.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of silliness, a lot of me just giggles and laughing.
You're right, Charles. That is the best cure.
Cure, yeah, to stop burning. That's why I did. Now that's why I'm sitting. That's why I am sitting. Although I think I have to turn the AC on because it is a little bit toasty in here, or it might just be because I'm overheating.
We're very muggy from the rain this morning. There's nothing like it being 80 and super humid because it's not hot enough to be hot, but the humidity makes it miserable.
I don't know what that feels like because if it's hot, I'm never miserable.
Yeah, I don't do well in the heat.
Yeah.
I've been trying to talk the wife into moving to Idaho, but she's not about that.
There's a lot of potatoes in Idaho, I hear.
There are. There's also 4 seasons, which we don't have in Oklahoma.
Snow's a bitch, though.
Oh, I love it, though. Me and my daughter both are snowbirds. We would
Nice.
be happy living like 6 months a year in snow.
Charles says that's why he spends his time in Montana.
It's a beautiful place. And there's nobody there.
I got to do a couple of the different states and check it out.
See, I think you should. I think you would like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah? Why?
It's a city on the lake.
It's
like one of those beautiful cities that's built around a huge lake.
Probably out of my price range, but I see where your head's at. I do enjoy
it. I think it's like an hour south of the border from Canada.
Brandon's saying to move to South Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, there was a post I think it was early last week or whatnot, that it wasn't on the Whiskey Tribe or anything. It was just a friend of mine that pick one. It was beach house, lake house, mountain cabin, or I think it was like a cabin in the woods or something. See if I can.
Yeah, I'm super torn between a cabin in the mountains and a beach house because I love the ocean too. It's the only thing I don't like about the ocean is it's always generally so hot there.
Sorry, it was a farmhouse, beach house, lake house, mountain cabin. And I said, what did I say? I think I said mountain, then lake. Yeah, mountain cabin followed closely by lake house would be my choice.
Farmhouse doesn't sound too bad either. There's something about being self-reliant that's kind of attractive.
Yeah, no, I see that. One thing is that farmhouse, there's a lot to do.
I'm okay with that though.
Yeah. Like
I think if you have too much leisure, your life is less fulfilling than if you have a mixed balance.
I'll give you that. My hesitation would be that if I'm also working, then it'll get to a point where I'm just like exhausted and things will kind of like spiral.
Yeah.
Right. So you either have to have
it's hard to find that good balance of working just enough to be just tired enough to appreciate the relaxation period.
Yeah. What's going on in the chat? It's a beautiful city. It was just there. I was talking about Montana, I think.
Coeur d'Alene, I think.
Oh, Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah, it's also in that magical spot where it's super close to Seattle and super close to Canada.
How do you spell it?
So it's like CORS space DE something. Let me see if I can find it. COEURD'_ALENE.
Oh yeah, damn. Yeah, right. Like, take the 95 straight north, and you're in Canada. Cool. Now I know where I'm going to be looking.
I agree, Donald. It's been very interesting working through this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the opportunity to work at home. I very much like being able to close my computer and step out and be home. But I really miss the people I work with and getting out and having interaction with real people.
Yeah, that's a big thing that I think everyone's kind of wanting again, is that the option of proper social interaction.
Yeah.
And I was just saying it earlier, like not having the option is worse than anything else. It's like I could go outside,
Yes.
but there's nothing to do, right?
Well, I was watching something the other day that said that was the biggest mistake people made during this, was when they said to stay in. They didn't mean lock yourself in your house and don't go outside.
Yeah.
They meant stay at home, but still go out and get some sun, because they're looking now at, it's like vitamin D and zinc are two of the biggest things that can help with COVID. And most of the people that catch it are vitamin D deficient.
Figures. Well, it's just like it's essentially an influenza, right? So
Yeah.
we want to keep those main vitamins pumping into your body, right? So
Yeah. I'm taking like 5,000 IUs of vitamin D now. South Carolina's a pretty state too.
I want to move to Aspen.
Colorado?
Yeah.
I've heard bad things about Colorado during the lockdown. Like it was one of the biggest snitch states.
Snitch states?
Yeah, people calling the cops on their neighbors for being outside, or I had a friend who, she and her husband own retirement property in Colorado, and they can't go to it because it's not their primary residence, and Colorado won't let them in.
Wow. I kind of just said it as like a bit of a joke. If anyone got the Dumb and Dumber reference. No.
Oh, yeah.
That
was such a good movie for the time.
Even still, it still holds up. I think it holds up. It's still one of my favorite comedies. That, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, like the old school Adam Sandler movies, Night at the Roxbury, Birdcage, like all those like early 90s, mid 90s comedies are so
Tommy Boy.
Oh, and fuck. Yeah,
why does everybody keep asking me that?
Anything with John Candy, right? The great
Uncle Buck was good.
Cool
Runnings, my daughter's favorite movie.
Yep, fucking love that movie. Kiss the Lucky Egg.
Yeah, you all right, Sanka? Or no, are you alive, Sanka? Yeah, man.
Sanka, you dead?
Yeah. Dude, she just watched that last night, as a matter of fact.
Your daughter?
Yeah, she loves that movie.
Nice. Charles, you're such a millennial. Man, I was born in 89. Technically, I'm just on the cusp of the outer rim of millennials. I fit in it, but unfortunately.
What was the Fish Called Wanda is hilarious, Donald.
Yeah. That Peter said Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep.
That movie is I want us to say it's a masterpiece, but I don't want to overstate it.
Which one?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, because you're watching what seems to be like John Candy's like a bit insensitive, not sensitive enough, and kind of a little bit of a scumbag throughout the movie, kind of like it's seen like just being annoying and everything, and then the ending just makes you fucking cry, and you're just like, motherfuckers.
Believe it or not, I've never watched it.
Really?
I just know, what is it, the pillow line? Where's your hand between these two pillows?
Yeah, man. Do yourself a favor, watch it. It's a great movie. So much heart.
Yeah, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is another good one. Did you ever watch Transylvania 65000?
No.
That was hilarious. That was Ed Begley Jr. and Jeff Goldblum.
'85. No, I never watched this one. It has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's one of those 80s movies that's so bad it's good.
Yeah, 18 critically, 91 audience.
Yeah. Earth Girls Are Easy is another classic trashy comedy movie from the 80s. Jeff Goldblum and Damon Wayans.
Damon Wayans, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Major Payne.
Never watched.
Did you ever watch? Oh, that movie's hilarious. Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. That was hilarious.
Oh, the Ace Ventura movies. Oh my god.
The original Mask movie.
Yes, I have to rewatch it because I feel like there was a lot lost on me watching it as a kid.
Oh yeah. And well, and it was Cameron Diaz's first movie too, which
well, no, wasn't it wasn't one of her first, it was that and was there something about Mary?
Something About Mary was good, but she was in The Mask before that.
Really? Wow.
The Mask was, what was The Mask?
The best part of Greg's in the chat. Hey Greg, what's going on?
Hey Greg.
The best part of Something About Mary is that our boy Favre is in
Favre. Favre.
Favre.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, Donald Rand's brought up Hear No Evil, See No Evil, which I believe is the Gene Wilder movie.
Yes.
And you cannot forget any Gene Wilder movie. Blazing Saddles.
Oh my god! Fuck, I forgot about even like all of those movies.
What was the one where they were the rodeo cowboys in the prison? Silver Streak was good.
Blazing Saddles. Can you imagine Blazing Saddles being made today?
Nope, not even a little bit.
Jesus Christ! Oh, what a fucking great movie.
Yep.
The bean scene was my favorite as a kid watching it.
Oh yeah. My favorite was always Candygram from Mongo.
Candygram from Mongo.
Mongo like candy. Did you forget just how big that guy was? Because he was Webster's dad forever. For me, growing up.
No. Swamp Thing B. Is that a new name for me? I don't remember. Welcome in. Greg's going back to
Stir
work.
Crazy, you're right. That's the name of that movie where they were locked in jail and they escaped by being rodeo clowns.
Woman in Red.
Woman in Red was good.
Little Frankenstein.
The original Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds.
I don't think I watched the original.
The Adam Sandler one was hilarious.
Yeah, the Adam Sandler one was good.
Terry Crews pulling cheeseburgers out of his butt.
I like that they got like wrestlers in there too. So that was just like as watching as a kid, I was like it made me like the movie even more because I saw wrestlers on it. It's like
yeah. What was it? Warren Sapp? Is that who was in it? He broke my nose, coach.
Caddyshack. Fuck.
Caddyshack. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Dude, that was Caddyshack was one of those guilty pleasure kid movies.
Anything with
you saw a topless woman.
Anything with Dangerfield was unreal.
Oh, dude, what about the original Ghostbusters?
Yes. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Ghostbusters because we're not going to talk about the reboot.
Stripes and Volunteers.
Peter White has some heavy opinions today. I
That's
love it.
good.
Love it. So what is for anyone at home? If sound off on if what you're dipping into. I'm drinking some Gatorade.
Still on the Buffalo.
Nice. What time is it? Almost 5. I have to start.
Spies Like Us is good.
I have to start dinner prep soon. So
I had a movie before Peter said Spies Like Us. It's gone. Sweet tea. I can't do sweet tea. I'm so not Southern that way.
Nika Yoichi still for Donald. Sweet tea. Okay, so I'm probably going to be in the minority. Not fan. I tried it.
Yeah.
I tried it because it's everywhere in Texas. Whenever you go to a barbecue place, and the first time I was there, Gretchen and Josh Galladay were like, "You got to have some sweet tea." I was like, "Okay, I'll have some sweet tea." And then I
like iced tea. I just don't like iced sweet tea.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that make it way too sweet too.
Yeah.
Did you do an Arnold Palmer while you were down, which is half sweet or half tea and half lemonade?
No, but I should probably try that next time I'm down there.
Yeah.
Charles is saying, look at Vito being a good housewife. Friday nights, I cook for me and my roommate. Saturdays, he cooks for us. So.
Yeah, I used to cook a lot. Now I order out a lot. Although I'm getting the grill out this weekend, I think we'll do some steaks.
Nice. Yeah, nothing like a nice steak. Fuck.
Run by the butchers. I'm tempted to have some 30-day dry aged ribeye.
Oh, yeah, so I was going to ask, what's your cut of choice?
I really like, if I'm going to grill, I like ribeye. If I'm going to do a flat iron steak, I like Kansas City or New York strip.
Mm. I'm not huge on the strips. Bone and ribeye is my go-to for just about anything. If I'm at a restaurant or if I'm at a butcher, bone and ribeye is always like top of the list. I need to get one of those.
Yeah, I did a 40-ounce bone and ribeye the other day on the grill, and it was big tomahawk.
Oh, nice. It's just so satisfying.
It is. You know, you can Fred Flintstone that thing.
Yeah. Nathan Clark, what's going on, man? Welcome in near the tail end.
I'll tell you what I'm tempted to do is get a prime rib roast, which is just ribeye, but make some prime rib on the grill this week.
One thing that I did a couple years ago, and I haven't done it since because I don't think I can make it as good again. But I got a 5-bone ribeye roast, and I cut the bones off, seasoned it out, reverse seared it, tied it back up with the bones, then put it in the oven with like garlic and thyme and sage and everything all over the place. That to this day is probably the best meat dish I've made, and I'm afraid to attempt it again because one, it was expensive as shit.
Yeah,
and two, I don't think I'll be able to replicate it as good. It'll probably still come out okay, but like the remember like the memory of it is like unattainable. It'll never be as good as what I think I remember it being. So
the last time I did a prime rib, I got a 5-bone ribeye with the bone out, but then I put it on. I had a charcoal grill. I had charcoal just on like the first third of it, and it had lots of hickory and cherry wood.
Nice.
And I smoked it.
So like the indirect heat, right?
For an hour on each side.
Beautiful.
And then I went to sear it off. And I went in to get a plate. When I came back, the fat cap had caught on fire.
Shit.
Broke my heart.
Are we gonna end? We can't end the stream on a low note like that. Uh,
Oh, I know there's a video you should go look up, Vito.
what is it?
It's cooking prime rib on a pitchfork
Okay.
by Cowboy Kent Rollins, who's he's an old chuck wagon cook. Still has his chuck wagon, and he deep fries it.
What exactly am I searching again?
It's prime rib on a pitchfork, or deep fried prime rib.
Deep fried prime rib pitchfork. Cowboy Kent Rollins?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That's a 15-minute video. Oh, geez. I will watch it. I'll watch it and report back Monday when we do the next happy hour. And I'm curious. I think I might push these back another hour to 5. I wonder what everyone thinks about that.
So are you on Eastern time?
Eastern time, yeah. So instead of whatever, it's so 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Pacific, 3 Pacific. Yeah, so essentially just pushing it up an hour.
Yeah.
If people are down for that? I'm trying to figure out like a nice time, because if I end up when I go back to work, I'd like to continue doing these in some sort of way, and kind of just progressively making them a little bit later might help with that, but only if people are down for that. But we'll take
Hey,
it.
Nathan, Donald, if you're wanting a really good cut, I love flank and skirt steak. Not that they're like a traditional steak, but
flank's great if you do a fucking dynamite job marinating flank, grill it, and then use it for fajitas and shit and wraps.
Yeah, like wrap salads. My wife likes it when I do flank and skirt because she makes salads.
Yeah. Nathan, I think we're gonna end off on this one. So he goes, coolest steak prep I've ever done was a 60-day dry age bone-in ribeye, sous vide to rare, flash frozen in liquid nitrogen, and then flash fried in peanut oil and finished in compound butter. Jesus Christ.
Nathan, you make my heart hurt in the best way possible.
Now the pasta that I'm going to make is like, I'm just going to have that in my head. It's just being like, why am I making pasta? Son of a bitch. I hate you, Nathan, but I love you. All right, guys. We'll call it a day. Jason, pleasure as always.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you guys Monday for the next happy hour. And have a great, wonderful, and safe weekend, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.